Hello and welcome back to Phasmophobia. In this video I'm going to show you how to find the ghost easily on Maple Lodge campsites and give you some tips and tricks. I have played a fair bit now, I have found a decent way of doing it. It's a very unique map with obviously some outdoor elements. So first of all, going to bring some sensors. Requires a change of strategy. I will explain how they work in a little while. First of all, I'm going to show you where I will place them. I'm basically going to place them to cover most of the map with minimal overlap. So first of all, at the first light switch on this post, place one at this angle here. And that should be beautiful. Right, then come down this path here, turn left, head towards the main campsite. And I've had great success placing this one just to the left of the guitar here. Amazing. Let's go back and get two more sensors. Right, we're back, grab two more and we'll head back in. So how sound sensors work, they basically cover a decent area on the map, which you can see on the truck, I will show you shortly. If there is any activity in that area, you will get a spike. The louder the activity, the bigger the spike you'll get. The sound sensor just picks up the loudest reading, not every reading. So we'll place one here. If we come down the path to the lodge, place one on this grey tent, about where I placed it. And then finally, the final sound sensor, if we zoom around to the lodge. From my experience, I quite like placing it here, on this post with the light switch. Just angle it towards the lodge a little bit, and that should be perfect. Let's head back to the truck and we'll have a look at the sensors. And we're back. As you can see, with the map on the top left, there is a very big area covered by the sound sensors. They cover most of the map. I see a spike already. They cover most of the map with minimal overlap. I have had fantastic success doing it like this. So if you don't get a spike, what this tells you is that the ghost is probably doing stuff in a different area that is not covered by the sensors. What this means for this map is that it's probably in one of four areas. The bathroom at the front, northeast of the campsite, a little bit of area at the top that's not covered, the pier and area by the lake, or finally, the lodge. So what I would do now is look at the sound sensor chart in the top right, look for any big spikes like we saw on the northeast path, which indicates the ghost is being active. We can also reference this with the activity chart at the bottom. If the ghost isn't being too active, we might not get many readings. If we do see some big spikes, then we can head over to the area with the EMF reader, thermo, etc. and confirm exactly where they are, because we would have narrowed down the area massively. And there we have another big spike on the northeast path, so I think we know where to go. You might have seen a very small micro reading at the campfire as well. I do notice these happen on every sensor fairly often. I tend to ignore these. I look for big spikes, 0.1, 0.2 or above. So now the next step would be to get some more equipment over to the northeast path, which is a very small area, and just find out exactly where the ghost is. Should be relatively simple now. Sensors are also fantastic on Professional and Nightmare, because on those two difficulties, the ghost can change ghost room. So if you feel like they've changed room, you can come back and reassess the sensors, and you can get some quick and valuable information. And of course, if you have found out where the ghost is using the sound sensors, you can then try using motion sensors to try and pinpoint exactly where they are. Well, some other tips and tricks to look out for. The map is littered with things that the ghost can interact with. Everywhere you go, if you look around, there are so many interactable things on this map. So it really will pay off if you do try and learn them a little bit. Even down the paths outside, you'll see a lot of stuff related to games, food, drinks, etc. Noticing any of these out of place will be a massive help. In this update, some doors also start open at the start of the mission, so what I would personally do is either open or close all tent doors. One or the other. Then if you're walking around and happen to notice one has been opened or closed, when you know you left it otherwise, then you know the ghost would have done it. It is also worth mentioning that ghosts can leave fingerprints by the tent doors if they interact with it. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage saved of this, but I have had it happen before. Where you need to look, from my experience, is the top left of the door, right where I'm looking, right in the middle of the UV torch. That's where I've seen them a couple of times. So listen out for that very distinct noise of the tent door opening or closing. And of course there are some new noises to listen out for, one of which being the stove here. And there are a few of these scattered around the map, so it does help to learn the locations. And we have a ribcage. Lovely. Another new noise is the showers. Right by the entrance. They have done this a few times from my experience. Also the sinks, of course. Classic. Once you do start to learn where items should be on the map, you have a lot of visual and audio cues to look and listen out for as well. So I do recommend spending the time to look out for these. I hope you found this video helpful. I really do recommend trying the sensor method. Using it in combination with your other equipments can give you some fantastic results from my experience. If you did enjoy the video, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. And, of course, don't forget that the ghost might be closer than you think. Thank you for watching, catch you in the next one.